Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to try to look way ahead into the future
Into the future?
and think about where Tesla could be in about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
People want to know, like, if investing in Tesla now could be life-changing.
Okay, yeah.
So to try to answer that question, we're going to do a deep dive into Tesla's Q3 2024 update,
Right.
their press release about production and deliveries that they put out, and of course their SEC filing the Form 10Q, the hard numbers.
Yeah, that's a good mix of sources.
Yeah.
You can see the reality in the narrative.
Exactly, and I think it's important before we jump into all of the details to kind of take a step back and remember what their mission is,
Okay.
which is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy.
Yeah. And they put their money where their mouth is, you know?
Yeah, it's a pretty bold statement.
It is.
So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Everyone's been talking about this amazing growth that Tesla's been seeing, and both the press release and the Q3 update have these incredible production and delivery numbers
Yeah.
for Q3 2024.
Crazy.
They produced nearly 470,000 vehicles and delivered about 463,000.
So not just year-on-year growth, right, but sequential growth for the quarter
Yeah.
in this economy that suggests that this focus on production efficiency and this global expansion is really working for them.
Yeah. And, these aren't just any growth numbers. These are record-breaking numbers for their third quarter.
Impressive.
And, they didn't get there by accident. The Q3 update goes into a lot of detail about how much they've expanded their global manufacturing capacity.
I mean, their footprint is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They've got California, Shanghai, Berlin, Texas, and Nevada.
That's pretty wild.
I mean, they hit 3 million vehicles produced in Shanghai.
Yeah.
The Berlin factory hit the lowest production cost per vehicle.
And they're talking about the semi-factory in Texas,
Yeah.
which is supposed to start production by the end of 2025.
Yeah, they're thinking long term.
Yeah.
It's not just about next quarter. But, for investors, what matters is the financial performance.
Absolutely.
The 10Q and the Q3 update do not disappoint.
No, they don't. Total revenue increased by 8% year over year,
Wow.
reaching $25.2 billion in Q3 2024.
Big.
But here's the really interesting part. Their operating income significantly increased to $2.7 billion, giving them a 10.8% operating margin,
Nice.
which is a huge jump from the 7.6% that they had the previous year.
So it's not just a revenue game.
Yeah.
They're really focused on profitability, which is interesting.
Exactly. And how are they doing that?
Well, the 10Q and Tesla's own statements really highlight
Yeah.
the fact that they're really succeeding at decreasing production costs,
Okay.
which is partly because raw material costs have gone down.
Yeah, and they're super proud of that they're talking about their cost of goods sold per vehicle hitting a record low of about $35,100.
It's not just cutting costs, though.
Right.
Growth in energy generation and storage and services and these other revenue streams all contribute to that profitability.
So they're building like a diverse business model,
They are.
which is smart.
It is.
So we've got this company that's growing at an incredible rate, not just in terms of like sales, but also in terms of how efficiently they're turning those sales into profit.
Right.
What does that mean for the future?
Yeah.
What does that mean for their long-term potential?
Exactly. And what about all the cool technology they're working on? Yeah, that's where things get really exciting, to really think about where Tesla could be in 10 years. We have to kind of go beyond these numbers and into their labs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take me there. What do they got cooking?
So I think nothing embodies Tesla's ambition more than full self-driving FSD.
Okay.
It's been generating a lot of buzz, and for good reason. The Q3 update gives us some pretty amazing clues about just how far they've come.
Yeah, what are we talking here?
They say over 2 billion miles have been driven cumulatively using FSD supervised.
1 billion miles.
And over half of those were using the latest version V12. And they're constantly improving. And that pace of development is really important in this race for autonomous vehicle supremacy.
That's wild. 2 billion miles is a lot of data.
It is.
Like, what does that mean for us, though?
Yeah.
What's the end game here?
So Tesla's goal is nothing less than to offer autonomous transport that is cheaper than ride-sharing, owning your own car, even public transit.
Oh, wow.
Imagine a world of robo-taxis seamlessly navigating our cities.
Okay.
That's the future that Tesla is building. And if they succeed, it's going to be a complete game changer.
I can see why people are excited about this. It's not just software, right? They're also pushing the boundaries with the new hardware.
Oh, yeah.
Like what? You've got the Cybercab and the RoboVan,
Right.
both of them designed for full autonomy.
I've seen pictures. They look pretty futuristic.
They do.
But what about the tech under the hood?
Well, both vehicles feature a new powertrain that has 5.5 mech-watt efficiency rating.
Okay.
Tesla says it's the most efficient powertrain yet.
Which aligns perfectly with this idea of sustainable transportation.
So it's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about doing it efficiently as possible.
Exactly.
What about batteries, though? Everyone knows that batteries are like the key to the EV revolution.
Yeah, they highlight the fact that they just produced their 100 millionth 40680 cell,
Ah,
a big milestone that shows how serious they are about battery technology.
okay.
And they're not stopping there. They're also making advances in dry cathode manufacturing, which could give them a big cost advantage.
So we've got self-driving tech that could revolutionize transportation, incredibly efficient powertrains, cutting-edge battery technology.
Yeah.
It's like they're building the future,
Yeah,
but can you invest in it?
right. That's the question.
Yeah, that is the question, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, all this innovation is really incredible, but it doesn't really mean that much if it doesn't translate into a return for an investor, you know?
Right. And that's where things get a bit nuanced.
Okay.
I mean, we've painted a pretty exciting picture of Tesla's future, but it's really important to remember that investing always has risk.
Right.
The 10Q and Q3 update both acknowledge that.
Yeah, they actually mention like macroeconomic headwinds and the fact that some other companies are pulling back from EV investments.
Right.
It's a good reminder that nothing is guaranteed.
Exactly. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results.
Right.
But having said that, Tesla's own outlook for the future is really positive,
Okay. That's good.
even with all those challenges.
Yeah. What are they saying specifically?
Well, they say in the Q3 update that they expect slight growth in vehicle deliveries in 2024
Right.
and more than double the energy storage deployments year over year.
Wow.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they're expanding their production. They're
Yeah.
developing all these groundbreaking technologies.
Right.
And they seem very, very focused on efficiency and cost reduction.
And they're also committed to expanding their product line, including more affordable models.
Okay, so even faster growth down the line.
And
So what does all this mean for someone who's actually thinking about investing in Tesla?
right.
What should they be looking at?
Well, a few things stand out from these sources.
Okay.
First, Tesla has a really strong cash flow and balance sheet.
Okay.
That's really important in these uncertain economic times.
It's like having a solid foundation.
Yeah. This relentless focus on AI and software development.
Yeah, they're not just a car company anymore, are they?
It's not just about building cars, it's about building a whole ecosystem around them.
Right. They're talking about software subscriptions,
Mm-hmm.
autonomous driving services, these things that can generate recurring revenue.
Right.
That's pretty powerful.
And then you've got the impact of these upcoming product launches.
Yeah.
More affordable models could open up a whole new segment of the market for them.
Yeah, so the potential is definitely there.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's not without risk. It's a complex company
Oh, yeah.
operating in a really rapidly changing industry.
Absolutely.
So, doing your own research is always crucial
Always.
before making any investment decisions.
For sure.
So we've taken a deep dive into Tesla's future.
We have.
We looked at their growth, their plans, and what it could all mean for investors.
Yeah.
What's the big takeaway here?
I think what makes Tesla so compelling as a company and as an investment is this unique combination of factors. They're growing really fast, they're innovating constantly, and they have this incredibly bold vision for the future.
It's not just about building a better car, it's about like reimagining transportation and energy.
Yeah,
That's pretty inspiring.
it is.
So they're definitely a fascinating company to watch.
They are.
And I have a feeling that the next 10 years are going to be even crazier.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Tesla.
Yeah, this was fun.
We encourage everyone to continue exploring this company. And it never ceases to amaze.
Definitely. And maybe we'll revisit this in a few years
Yeah.
and see how much has changed.
Until then, happy investing.
Happy investing.